Welcome everyone to day 6 of Yoga with Dogs 30-day challenge. Today we are doing a quick and easy 10-minute tutorial to master our Warrior 1s and Warrior 2. So really great to just practice our alignment, protect our knees, get a bit of strength. So we're going to start by standing at the top of our mat, all 4 corners of the feet into the earth, shoulder blades down the back, fingers spread into our mountain pose. So find our breath here, close down our eyes and breathe. Inhale, find length, fill up the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Draw the navel towards the spine. See if you can find length in the back of the neck. Feel yourself grow taller. Feel the heart opening. And when we're ready, big arm circle all together. Inhale up overhead. And exhale, bring our hands back to our hips. So we're going to start with our Warrior 1s. So wherever you are, you can be at your top of your mat. Just going to watch Django here. We're going to step our right foot back and really make sure we have a heel to heel alignment. So what you always want in a Warrior 1 pose is heel to heel. Imagine we're on one ski. So once we've done that, we can check that our heels are aligned. Yep, mine are aligned. That's really good. We're going to turn our back foot to 45 degrees. So instead of it being parallel with the back of our mat, we just turn it forward a little bit. So that way we can put our hands on our hips, Ali's catching flies, and we can turn our hips towards the front of the mat. So what we're doing here is really activating this back leg. It's straight, we're squeezing our back kneecap and we're pushing down through all 4 corners of our feet. With our front leg, we're grounding down with our foot too. Our front knee is bent, knee to ankle alignment, and we're really active here. So common mistake here is we tuck our tailbone. We really try and arch our back here in our Warrior 1, and that compresses our lower back and our vertebra. So what I want you to do is really tuck your tailbone under. So really draw your navel towards your spine. Feel that tuck. You might feel little bit more of a stretch on your right hip flexor when you do that. So really tuck that under to find that space. So feel that lower back grow long. Once you've done that, take your hands up overhead. Fingertips reach for the sky and our shoulder blades are down the back. So this is another common space. It's going to be easy to do this, but we want to really try and keep that nice straight spine to keep the integrity of our spine, protect our vertebra. So really push in through all 4 corners of the feet. Have that front knee bent in line with our ankle or behind it. So you can be here and almost have that front leg straight, or you can have it slightly bent. We just don't want it way over, kind of like this. So once you've done that, shoulder blades down the back, fingertips reach the sky, biceps are squeezing in towards our ears. And just breathe here. Inhale, find length. And exhale, release. Inhale, find length. Really squeeze the glutes. Imagine we're drawing our left hip back and our right hip forward. So we're squaring off our pelvis to the front of the mat. And exhale, release. Send our hands wide, place them back onto our hips. We're going to wriggle onto our back toes. So activate this back leg here onto the back toes. This front knee is still bent. And we're in a lunge position here, so kind of like our crescent lunge. So breathe here, really activate this back glute, squaring off the pelvis, still getting the hands up overhead. So just play here. You might just step this back foot in a step at a time, or you might be able to step it up. Give yourself a little wriggle and shake. Bring our hands wide back to our hips, find length in the spine, and send our left foot back. So same deal, going to just really practice here. Heel to heel alignment, back foot 45 degrees, and just practice here, really pushing into that outside edge of the foot. So rock your left foot side to side. Notice that sensation. Notice the weight going into the outside edge of the foot rather than the inside edge of your foot. So wherever you are, then find that outside edge, squeeze this kneecap, draw this left hip forward, that right hip back, and tuck our tailbone under. And once we've tucked our tailbone under, you can bend that front knee a little bit more so it's in line with our ankle. Breathing here. Once we've got that stability, our core is active and on, then we take our hands up overhead, shoulder blades down the back, fingertips are active, and breathe here. So we don't just hang out and let our hips stick out to the side and get alignment. We're really active and we're tucking our tailbone under. We're keeping our hips in alignment rather than jutting our glute or hip out to the side. So really find that straight line, that ski that we're on. Breathing here. When you're ready, release your hands out to the side, clasp at our lower back, open up the chest just a little bit here, still tucking that tailbone under. You'll feel a really nice kind of hip flexor stretch here. And when we're ready, release our hands, place them onto our hips, come onto our back toes, keeping that front knee bent. You might wriggle that leg back a little bit. Activate this back thigh. Imagine there's a string pulling it up into our crescent lunge. Breathing here. You can keep your hands on your hips for stability, or you might take them up overhead. Same thing, really tucking that tailbone under, shoulder blades down the back, squeezing our biceps so they're in line with our ears. And when we're ready, send our hands wide, place them onto our hips, take a little step, a little walk up to standing. Just find our mountain pose here, open up our palms, shoulder blades down the back. And find length in the spine, pushing down through all four corners of the feet. Breathing here and congratulating yourself. You just polished the alignment of your warrior one. How good does it feel to be like, oh, that's how it works. So really good work, guys. And just focus on that rise and fall of your breath. Now when we're ready, we're going to lift our right knee up, hands on our hips. So instead of just sticking this glute out to the side and being like, woo, left hip going to the side, really tuck it under, tuck that pelvis under, squeeze that glute so we're really in a nice straight spine line. We're supporting our lower back, we're supporting our hips. So once we're there, just send our right foot back and step it back a bit. So instead of a heel to heel alignment, we're looking to a heel to arch alignment for warrior two. So front heel is aligned with our back arch, so kind of the middle of our foot, and our back foot is now parallel with the back of the room. So instead of it being a little bit forward, it's just parallel with the back of your mat. So just align your feet, take your time, really push down through all four corners of your feet, activate our legs. Hello, Django. Hello, Poppy. Good boy. Oh, Ruby, everyone wants pats. Sorry guys, slightly interrupted. When you're ready, bend that front knee and really try and align it with your ankle. Tuck your tailbone under, find length in the spine. And once we're here, send our arms forward and back. So really tuck here, send our shoulder blades down the back, warrior two. It's such an active, powerful pose. So we just want to make sure that we are doing it steadily and with grace. So our gaze are towards our front fingertips. Our fingers are pointing us where we want to go. And breathe here. Find length in the spine. Tuck our tailbone under. Find length and exhale. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. Check your front knee and make sure it's not tracking inwards. So the best way to do that is when you look down and check, you can always see your big toe. So your knee is aiming towards your pinky toe. So breathing here. Active legs, active arms, beautiful. We're going to flip that front palm that we had our gaze on and send it up into the air. So our legs are staying the same, our gaze and arm is just going up. This backhand is just going down our back thigh into our dancing or reverse warrior. So we still want our shoulder blades down the back, we still want our tailbone tucked under, but our legs are strong and our gaze and shoulders are soft here. It's a gentle kind of upper body back bend here. When you're ready, come back to your warrior two. Really good work, guys. Place our hands on our hips, Come back. You might wriggle your feet around. Come back into that lunge. Beautiful active legs here. Arms up overhead if you feel. Really squeeze this kneecap. Squeeze this back thigh. Feel the energy. Step on up. Woo. All right. Give ourselves a wriggle. Give ourselves a shake. And we're going to the other side. So big arm circle, in, up, overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale, palms wide, hands on the hips. Find that stability, find that strength. Push down through our right leg and lift our left knee. Same deal, we don't want this hip coming out to the side. Tuck it under, tuck our pelvis under. Feel a straight line from our foot all the way up our leg to our hip, all the way up to our shoulder. Breathing here, and when you're ready, step that foot out for your warrior two. Turn this way so you guys can see me. So come into your warrior two, heel to arch alignment. So take your time, wriggle that foot, wriggle that side to side and be like, oh yeah, okay, now that's aligned. Once we're aligned, really straighten this back leg, activate the kneecap, push into the outside edge of the foot and bend that front knee. Tuck that tailbone, be like, okay, yep. My legs are active, my feet are pushing into the earth. My tailbone is tucked under, I'm nice and strong and long in the spine. And then I can send my arms forward and back, shoulder blades down the back, and our gaze goes towards our front fingertips. So breathe here, push into the feet, find length in the spine, and exhale, see if you can just sink a little bit deeper. It's a nice opening of the body here to the side of the room. Inhale and exhale, sink a little deeper. Flip that front palm, send it up to the sky. This backhand can just go down our leg, gaze towards our fingertips. Our reverse warrior or dancing warrior. Our legs are strong, our gaze is soft. And when we're ready, come back to our warrior two. Check our knee, make sure it's not tracking in. Make sure we have good knee to ankle alignment. Just always do that little check, that little look down, be like, yep, cool, I'm good, I'm safe, I'm protecting my joints. Awesome. When we're ready, hands onto our hips, come onto our back toes, into that lunge, really feel the energy. Beautiful. Hands up overhead, crescent lunge, really send that back heel away. And when we're ready, step on up to the front of your mat. Inhale, hands up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, back to heart center. Breathe here, shut down the eyes, notice the sensations in the body, the breath. Generate a little bit of heat today, so just observe that. And when we're ready, we're going to send our hands around towards our tailbone, shoulder blades down the back, close down our eyes. And just breathe here, opening up the chest. When you're ready, gently release. We'll just place one hand on our belly, one hand on our chest, just to find our standing relaxation today. Cooling the body down, finding a little bit of space, a little bit of softness, a little bit of ease as we just focus on the here and now. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, soften. Inhale. And exhale. See if you can fill up all three chambers. Feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones expand. Super deep breath here. And exhale, feel the collarbones, the ribs, and then the belly become empty as we let all of the old air go. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, beautiful yogis. Sending you all of the good vibes, love, and gratitude. Namaste.